We're building some walls, it's gonna look so different. Okay, so you may have noticed behind me, the van is not here. Darryl has just popped out to go and get uni-strut for the solar panel rack thing that we're going to make, and I thought in the meantime I might use my time to crack open this new sander that we've got. We picked this one up at Bunnings, and just give these bits of ply a good old sand. These are 7mm ply pieces, and these are going to be our walls, so I do want to make sure that they're nice and smooth. It was the best quality plywood we could find. It's quite hard at the moment with the shortage of wood, finding exactly what you want. So it's not ugly, it's not the best I've ever seen either. So we're just I'm gonna give this a good old going over, and hopefully she'll come out beautiful. Welcome to the Peterson Odyssey paint shop. I'm so excited because we're finally at the point of being able to start painting our wall boards. We've decided to paint them, prime them and paint them before we go in to install them. So when they go in, they are going to be pretty much ready to go. Then when we put them up, we'll just put some filler on them, on the screw holes and any notches. And then what we'll do is do one final coat inside the van. We have just spent some time this morning cutting down, I'm pointing at them but you probably can't see them, all of the wall boards that are going up. They're 7mm ply, and we're going to attach them onto those studs or furring strips that we've put up in the van already. I'm going to start off with a water-based primer. I think this will help speed up the painting process, and yeah. And then we're going to move on to painting itself after that, so hopefully this takes half an hour. This primer from Bunnings is half an hour after you've applied it that you're able to do the next coat. We've managed to pick the painting on the most glorious winter day. We've got today and tomorrow, which is the only time where we've got off at the moment with no rain, so we're going to not quite make hay while the sun shines, but definitely paint stuff while the sun shines. So I'll get on with it. Doesn't it say shake, shake, shake? So it's much later on in the day and I've been painting. So I've done all the primer coat. What my next step is to do is to figure out these cutouts. So they are the same shape and our walls go around like this. So I'm going to make a template for one. Check the template, make sure it works, and then when it comes to all the walls, I'll measure from where the board will go in, cut out a nook with the jigsaw, and so on and so forth. Oh, little bug. And that's one of the things I've got to figure out the cutouts for. Then I've also got to figure out the dimensions for where the window cutouts go, so we're going to do 3 of those, the 2 rear windows and this one. And then the last thing I've got to figure out is where these cords need to come out, because we'll do holes for those, drill holes. This guy goes behind the wall, but some of the other ones protrude out because there's a power point or some kind of appliance going there. So I'm going to try using this, I don't even know what it's called, tile gauge thing. We've tried it in the past and it wasn't long enough, but I think it actually might work here. And then if all goes well, that should work for me. Alright, wish me luck. I think that's it. Okay, so I've just been in the van measuring up, got my little template and figured out where the notches need to go. This is going to be the top of the wall by the shower. So I'm going to notch it in. Good morning. It's Saturday. It's the next day since we put this wall in, and Darryl's at rugby And what I'm going to do today while he's at rugby is I'm going to take the rest of these boards and figure out all the notches that I need to figure out, and then start templating those out, and including like a little cutout up here, cutouts for the window. And then my intention is to get everything drawn up on the primed board, cut it all out, sand everything, and then I'm going to do a second coat of paint, a first coat of paint, and then probably come in, I think, and mount. Yeah. So I'm doing everything today except for the walls that go down here, partly because those aren't going to be painted, they're going to be covered in rubber, and also because we've got to template out the wheel well, and I don't really feel like doing that today. I feel like that might be mine and Darryl's combined brains job. So yeah, bit of measuring, bit of prep, and hopefully we should have some walls up soon. So this process involved a lot of measuring, a lot of checking and double checking. I used a step drill to drill out the pieces for the electrical conduits to come out and the wires, and where there was more than one, sometimes I made them a bit larger. Here I am cutting out a window. Just me again. I'm struggling a bit just being here on my own. I really do need Darryl for this. So I cut the back notches, the notches out of the pieces at the back, then realised we need to totally scribe down the side of the wall, so I can't even check for their accuracy. So this piece here, and that's a two-person job. So this piece here, this is the upper part of our kitchen. Normally you do like a long piece of ply, but because we've got to wait for our water fill and water tanks to get installed, we've decided just to persevere and essentially cut this ply in half. So this is going to be the top of the ceiling here, and then this is going to be hidden behind the kitchen unit. So what I'm doing is I'm just using my little handy set square just to cut out a notch, and then I'm going to measure my template. Whoa, that was loud. So drill first, always drilling first when we're about to use a jigsaw. I'm just putting a couple of drill pieces in here just to make sure that I've got plenty of room to be able to turn the saw around when I come to a corner. And again, super close up on this side. The piece I'm cutting out here covers, or actually reveals, one of the cables that came with the van that connects the lights, and we've decided just to notch around it, and we'll cover it up because it will be inside one of our upper cabinets. This piece is our kitchen, the top of the kitchen, so here I am just cutting out those notches to go around the beams in the ceiling. Okay, just took a little bit off the inside of those notches. We'll see if this works. Oh yes, 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 yes. So that gives us one line.
Yep. That's good.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Alright, it's late, it's dark, it's raining, but I am a woman on a mission. So what I've been doing is I can't remember what I showed you this morning, but I did a bunch of kind of putty filler, just filling, I just filled in any imperfections. And so now that we've triple, quadruple checked, we've got everything cut out, I'm just going to do another quick light sand to make sure the finish is really good, and then I'm going to paint, even though it's night. That way I don't know if this is a good idea or not. That way that paint can dry overnight. Some of it I'll put painted in flat in the van. Some of it we'll put in the house so it can dry overnight. And then we can come in the morning and install the walls. Some of these I'm only going to give one coat to. Like for example, this is the wall behind the kitchen unit. I don't even know which way it goes anymore, to be honest. It sits in there. So that doesn't need 2 coats, but I don't know if you can see it, that piece there where the window is, and then the 2 by our bed, the ones that are visible, I'm going to make sure get 2 coats, but I'll probably do the second coat in the van. And so while I'm working, Darryl's also working. This is what our house has turned into. That's all our tools. And there's a crap on the bench, but also there's our table saw, inside and out of the rain. Nothing like renovating outside in winter, right? What's for dinner?
Pumpkin soup.
Homemade pumpkin soup. You might not know this, but Darryl's a chef, so homemade pumpkin soup will be very, very, very good. I don't know if you can see, the sky is kind of a bluey black. It's definitely getting blacker by the minute. And here I am, outside finished sanding, and I'm about to start painting. So I've got 5 wall panels to paint, and it's 5:48 on a Sunday night, and I reckon I could do these in an hour. We'll just see, because I just need a coat. Then I'm going to bring them in the house, and Darryl and I are going to put them down to dry. We've just been putting out sheets and stuff like that, so, and then we'll elevate the drying board, so there's no chance of them dripping anywhere. But alright, let's start. Okay, so this is the paint we're using. It's a Resin Lustre Acryl Semi-Gloss Waterborne Enamel. This is what was recommended to us, and it's in the colour white. So that was it. That was an hour of painting, and I think everything is done, including the beginnings of mushroom soup. Not mushroom. I'm so tired. The beginnings of pumpkin soup. And just to help with the drying process, we've got a wall panel in the living room. We have another wall panel in the living room. We have 1 wall panel in the van, and then we have 2 in our spare room. I can honestly say I'm knackered. I think it's been like a 12-hour day, 10-hour, 10.5, 11-hour day. I'm so tired, and my feet are really sore. So probably shower, and then dinner, and then chillaxing. Do you need to go deeper on it? On your cut?
No. No, it's too high.
Okay. Again. Measure 14, cut 5.
Yeah, but you need to take about 1 or 2 mil out. Morning.
Where we left off yesterday, we were just getting everything ready to put the walls up, and then realised that we'd run out of light, so it's time.
Yes, it's kind of crazy. It's like all this time, and we're about to finally put some walls on. So
let's do it.
Yeah. Right, so I've got this Sally's No More Nails. Just got obviously in a caulking gun. Then going to just apply it to the fairing strips, and then we're going to put our the wall, then put the wall up on it, and then screw it in from there.
So we just made sure that all of the electrical wiring that we've got measured up comes through each of the openings that we've made, and then a little bit of force, and then we're going in with our driver, and we're using really tiny screws here. I think that they are about 12 mils in length. They're very small because the plywood that we're using is 7 mil, and then it's going into the furring strips or the studs that are 9 mils as well, so there's not much room, so we just thought we'd err on the side of caution. We use that long stick as a guide for us to make sure that when we're screwing in, when we can't see the furring strips anymore, that everything's in line with them. So you'll see that using that several times over. There's just a lot of kind of teamwork on this. So a lot of one holding, the others using the driver, etc. But once we actually got the walls up, the process was quite quick, which was fantastic, because getting here seemed to take days and days and days. It's interesting, how all this precision, or not precision, but precise thinking that we did when we were putting up all the battens and furring strips and stuff, means that we know that we can screw in here and absolutely not hit any wires.
Yeah.
Forward planning. Yeah. Forward planning in action.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's done. It's done. The walls are finished.
Yeah, just the two bottom ones we haven't done. That's just this is an electrical bit that still needs to be done here.
Yeah, we're waiting for our shore power hookup.
And on the other side here is for the water inlet, fresh water inlet to come in from. That's why those aren't done, but
well, they're done,
and they're all cut to size.
They're all cut to size. They're all made. They just aren't installed yet. So this lower kitchen cabinet we're not going to be able to put in for at least another 6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks, 2 months, possibly.
Yeah.
But what that means is we're just not going to really build, and then this one should be in the next 2 weeks or so. Yeah. So we're just not going to build out this side of the van yet.
Yeah.
We're just going to wait. So that means that this job is finished. If you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. If you haven't seen part 1, we'll put a link to it up there and in the description and all of that good stuff. And we'll also, like we always do in our descriptions, we put all the materials that we use, all the tools, all the everything. If you want to find anything that we've used, we've got it all linked below.
Or ask us a question in the comments.
Yeah, that too. And also linked down below in the description box, we also have our cut list. So if you're interested in, if you're doing a long wheelbase crafter 2018 or so onwards, this cut list would probably work. So if you just want to avoid all the maths that we've done and literally just trust us, because it fits, right? Like it's in. We have put our cut list, including a little template for all these notches, down below. So there's a PDF you can pick up from our website. I'll just put that right here. And then, yeah, I mean, if you want it, it's there. It's useful, I hope.
Next week's video, probably the ceiling, maybe.
Yeah, we've kind of got 2 things we might show you next week. So you'll have to see what we're doing when we turn up. It'll either be the interior ceiling or installing our solar panels, because it's whatever comes first, chicken and egg. Yeah. And so we're a bit weather dependent on the solar panels, so we'll just see how we go.
Alright, so come and see us next week, hopefully on Sunday, give or take-ish. But yeah, we'll see you then. Thank you, bye.